Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you the Driftsmelt update is finally here. After complaining so much, it has finally been released. And 9-star dimensional link monsters are also coming in future updates as we cover the recent Driftsmelting update that literally happened while I was asleep. And 9-star dimensional link monsters will be releasing. Some of you probably didn't see it because a lot of us skipped the community notes, but that's not the big thing out here. The big thing is Driftsmelting and future plans. So Niantic did tell us a little bit about those future plans, but most of this video is going to dive into the Driftsmelting update. Alright, this is really exciting, so let's just jump right into it. Here are the key updates. So skills per Driftstones have been revised. I'm going to do more of a deep dive in the next section. The distance requirement has been lowered from 5 kilometers to 2 kilometers. That's huge. Hey, all you free-to-play players that literally do this without insta-smelting, you're going to be so happy with that. In addition, stored shards, the max has been raised from 200 to 300. As someone that hoards shards, thank you so much for doing this. In addition, you can now hold 20 skills versus 10 in an armor piece. Don't know why that's too much of it. I like this as well. That's actually really good because you can hold more variety. 10, there's way more than 20 skills in this game. So yeah, this is really good. And now, the biggest one in my opinion. Driftgems now guaranteed a skill versus a 50-50 roll. Before, it used to be like, oh, you're going to get one skill or the other. So you're going to coin flip and literally pray to RNGesus. But this is a huge change because now you're going to get a guaranteed skill. More on that in the future. More on that later on. Alright, moving on, we have the skills revision chart. These are the differences between the old chart and the new chart. So now, each stone now contains 4 rare Driftstone specific skills and 4 non-rare skills. For example, we have the Crimson Driftstone. It used to only have Fire Attack and Part Breaker, now it has Headstrong and Raw Power. In addition, some skills like Blast Attack, Offensive Guard, Guard, and Heroics, you can only get them through this stone. Those exclusive skills are harder to get, and now there are other skills, like the ones I mentioned, that are now tied into a specific stone. Now you can still get the non-Driftstone specific ones, but you know what? Lowering the pull actually makes this pretty nice, especially if you are going for those non-exclusive ones. And Aggressive Dodger itself. Aggressive Dodger overall for the non-exclusive ones used to be an exclusive skill for every Driftstone. That got phased out. Now it's no longer an exclusive skill for everyone, and it's only for the Azure the Azure Driftstone. Just because I say Azure Rathalos so much versus Azure. So the Azure Driftstone now has Aggressive Dodger specifically built into it. For those of you Aggressive Dodger Greatsword enthusiasts, you're probably going to be mad about that, but that's what the other update's for. In addition, a new Black Driftstone has been introduced. It's with a bunch of Dragon Week and Dragon Week monsters and Dragon-type monsters, as you see with Ebony, Go-To-Garen, and Devil Joe right there for the Black Driftstone. And the non-Driftstone skills have been updated to include Shared Sword and Shared Shield. I really hated seeing Special Insurance, but now Special Insurance is in the pale one, so you don't have to worry about that. And last but not least, Raw Power is now a Driftsmeltable skill, which is a brand new. Yes, the meta has this is insane. This is why I always warn people, like, wait, hold on. Wait for this, because Raw Power basically changes the Raw meta slightly. Not too much, not a huge difference, but it's going to make a slight change, and I'm going to make another video of that in the future. Speaking of that guaranteed Drift Gem update, again, it's 100% now a guaranteed skill. For those of you that have rolled multiple Drift Gems like I have, this is huge. I'm so happy about this, because you don't have to coin flip about this, and I actually complain about this a lot. They also added the recent super meta skills, Time Charger and Charge Master, to the pool, as well as old skills like the ones like Dauntless, etc. Those are all in a list now that you can actually buy with your Driftstone shards to get into Drift Gems, which is huge. And this is a huge shock because prior to these gems releasing, there was actually a period where they released these and you could buy them with gems. I never imagined they would improve the system this much. You could, I believe it was like Thunder Attack Burst, and I think it was like Water Attack and something else. But yeah, they had these in the shop for a little bit. So instead of having you buy them with gems, they just put it into the Drift Shard system, which is huge. Here's an example right here. They literally put a little announcement like, hey, look at this stuff. And they're all right here. Behold, this is beautiful. I love the new menu look. I love it. It's beautiful. And it's such a huge it's such a huge improvement from what it used to be, and huge thank you to Niantic for doing this for us. It is amazing. And unfortunately, a small note about future updates. They pushed back 2 major features. Hunting with friends in faraway places. I know y'all have been asking me about that, even though I am a Niantic partner content creator. I do not know what their plan is with this one. They haven't told me anything, and we probably will get that in Season 8, hopefully, but more on that. That and paid items to help during hunts, because I really want to flash bomb a Brute T-Rex in the face so it stops roaring at me. I will pay to take 50 flash bombs and just blow it in the face until the timer runs out, just to vent my frustration and anger at how much Brute T-Rex really pisses me off. Unfortunately, these will be pushed back to Season 8 or later, sadly. So we won't see these until December or worse next year. And the reason why is they're trying to make this experience the best they can for players. If this is what they did to the Driftsmelt system, by taking their time, I totally approve of this. Take your time. We appreciate it. We know you're listening to our feedback, and we appreciate the feedback that you have been incorporating into this game. So yes, just because sooner doesn't mean better, and sooner also means you might break the game, and I don't want my game to crash. And last but not least, we have some small notes. If you want the Season 7 medal, make sure you finish the story. Also, make sure you reach the tier you wanted from your Season Pass, otherwise you can use gems to skip tiers. This is already known information. However, on November 10th, 2025, midnight, UTC 0000, 9-star Dimensional Link monsters will release, so that's next Monday. And only hunters that unlock 9 stars can see them, and only a few species will be 9-star Dimensional Links, so don't worry about having them flood your field like, oh my gosh, there's a 9-star of this, why does it exist, like Great Jagras. No reason that should exist. And hopefully y'all are enjoying these changes, as they are factually a massive improvement to the current Driftstone system. Well, not current one, the prior one. Except for one change, and someone told me about this before, actually multiple of you have told me, I wish we could smelt multiple pieces at once like Pokemon Go does with incubators. Yes, I was a hardcore Pokemon Go player. I have that experience. If you don't have that, I'm sorry. I don't fill your own ego and manifest these insecurities that you have just because I've done a lot. As me and other people would pay for additional permanent walking smelts. You could do that with incubators in Pokemon Go. I don't know why we can't do that here for Monster Hunter now. I know we have Insta Smelts, which is a little better, but I would like permanent like incubators or like smelting machines like in Pokemon Go. I'll be updating and releasing a new Driftsmelting guide once Driftsmelt odds are updated on MonsterHunterNow.quest, so we can see exactly what has changed, etc. But again, I'll be making a new guide. With that being said, huge thanks to Monster Hunter Now Niantic and Scopely for all you do. I have never seen feedback being implemented at this level, and the fact that it actually feels like we're being heard. That was my big gripe with Pokemon Go. I didn't feel like I was being heard, especially on the PvP side. But we are being heard. So thank you so much. Please continue to do what you do. Take your time, and we appreciate everything you do. And with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Please do me a huge favor. Like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Good luck on your grinds. Hopefully y'all love this new system. I do as well. It could still be improved, but no changes happen if you do not complain. So I'm going to continue complaining about things that don't. So yes, if you want a game, if you want something to get better, you have to complain. And that's proven its works over here. And Niantic has said they have watched my content, so yes, I'm going to keep complaining. Good luck on your grinds again, and I will see y'all on the next video.